We're here with the players after a 5-2 victory against Comets.
Yep.
Right. Let's get straight to the point. Naomi, rate your own performance.
There's a few things I'd like to improve on today. I don't think I'm going to go 7, 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's had better games, had worse games.
Yeah. What could have improved then?
I think there was a few, obviously the conditions. Bad worksman blames his tools. But the pitch obviously let us down a little bit today. There's a few times got stuck in the mud, a few times the wing obviously. But the ball held up for us as well, so it's pros and cons. I think the conditions, we kind of did our best, but if we had a nice...
You're all watching the match
pitch.
though, weren't you? Right, rather than watching your feet.
Yeah.
So who were the goal scorers then?
So I got 2, Kira got 1, Jane got 1, and Laura got 1.
Right. And Laura, she's gone off.
Yeah, she's on her way to hospital.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, hope she's okay.
Okay. So
I'm sure we'll
Verity,
keep you. Yep.
first interview.
Yep.
Tell me, rate your own performance.
Well, started off in the midfield, which is more of my sort of comfort zone. I think we were finding our feet a little bit the first 10 minutes. So there were a couple of players that were sort of floating in between me and our left back that were a bit of communication breakdowns. But I think once we ironed that out a little bit, performance totally changed for the whole team. And yeah, I thought held my own reasonably well in midfield, had a couple of okay skillful moments, but then came off for a bit, and then when I came back on, it was at left back, which is not somewhere I've played before, so that was a new experience. But so I think I held my own, and went out for a few big headers, which was always nice to get away. I would say it was an okay day, a 7 out of 10.
What's your favourite position then?
I like playing in the middle. Yeah,
You're a midfielder.
that's my preferred position, but I'm happy to plug gaps.
Okay. Lucy, first interview as well?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
She's always worried about rating your own performance. Remember, all the other players are going to watch this as well.
I know.
Yeah,
I know
there's pressure.
I think I definitely had a better first half than second.
Yeah.
You're on the pitch, you had a crack half.
Yeah. Second half, I tailed off a little bit. Maybe I need to work a bit more on my fitness or something. So I give 6, 7 out of 10 overall.
But you've got a kind of a roving kind of in the midfield. You drift from the left to the right side. Largely it's kind of defensive kind of midfield. Is that your preferred position?
Yeah, I think so. I played football a bit when I was younger, and I was a defender then, and then I've sort of working my way up the pitch a little bit. But this week we changed our formation slightly in the middle and went back to a triangle with Kira sat deep, and then to start with me and Verity in front of each other. And I think it worked well for us today in terms of attacking, going forward up the pitch a bit better.
But the game itself had lots of phases. But if we took the first half, we clearly shaded that. Right? But in the second half, things have changed. There's a lot of kind of substitutions, changes of position, and they also played 4 up front, and they really did pressure us, and we were kind of dropping back. I mean, Naomi, you were playing right winger, and it was almost like a right back at times.
Yeah, I mean,
what happened?
Obviously they were in it to win it. Like we came off the pitch half time 2-0. They came back and they wanted to catch us. Like they were after it and they were hungry for it. Their passion on the pitch was undeniable. Like they were a great squad, played some really good football. They wanted it. They were really pressing us hard, and some of their players were really skillful. They held their own. So I think just they came out hungry. We came just as hungry and obviously kept it clean for a little bit, but they did get in behind us a few times and we started to chase it. But we came out with a win, all in all. I think positive performance. I think we've been working on a lot in training, how to work together, building our kind of chemistry on the pitch as well, which is starting to show. But yeah, really enjoying it.
And Verity, you finished off on the left back position, but you were playing out from goal kicks.
Yep.
Right, pretty low down, and they were pressing with 4 players, and they intercepted quite a few balls. I mean, that was almost kind of, they expected to win the ball in that last third.
Yeah, I think we were sort of actually missing our usual left back today. We have a lack of kind of left-footed players in the squad, so we were tending to play things down the right-hand side quite a lot, tactically so, because it's our stronger side today. And I think they started to suss that out a little bit. So they were putting the pressure on more. I think I overheard them saying we know where it's going. So then we started to switch up a little bit, and I think we did a good job. They were pressing us, but I think we've got the skills to get round and still play some good balls up and get attacking play going as well.
Yeah. Lucy, was the heavy pitch a factor in the second half, which had a lower pace?
I think it did. Yeah, that's definitely an element of that as well. I think something we need to work on still sometimes is just when we do concede is not to concede again quickly, and I think there's something we're working on, and just keeping our heads up and keeping our heads in the game all the time. Pitch is definitely a factor today, but we're both teams are playing on it, so it's always a fair.
But there is a pattern. We score, and we tend to drop, and the opponents come on to us. And that, again, happened after virtually every goal that we scored. So much so that they felt that they could get the goals. And they did get a couple of goals.
Yeah, they did.
And we always kind of felt that a 4-2, if they got the goal, then it'd be really interesting. But if we got it, we would effectively see the game out. And that's how it ended up playing out. But in terms of kind of formation, in terms of the game overall, this was a good side. They weren't a bad side.
No, not at all. Yeah, and it gave us a really, really good test. It's a good opportunity for us. You know, we've got quite a lot of depth in our squad, and some of us are still quite new playing with each other. So it was great I really enjoyed playing with Naomi in the first half on the right. For me, I really enjoyed that, and just building relationships on the pitch as well. It's been a good game for that.
Verity, seems to be a kind of a team cohesion. I mean, you notice it kind of in the warm-ups, and kind of the players who are not playing are also here. They help to clear up afterwards as well. I mean, there is this kind of team cohesion and ensuring that nobody walks off with a clean shirt.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like Lucy said, there's a few of us who are new to the squad, like us two specifically, and we're just starting to get to the point that we're getting used to playing with each other, and we all get on really well, and then we sort of treat each other like a small family. So even if you're injured or you're not playing, like they're still down here supporting, and whether you're starting or whether you're a sub, like everyone still brings the same energy, and that's going to work in our favour as we get used to playing with each other more and more. So like today was such a different game from last Sunday. It felt much more like we were just sort of more cohesive as a team, and things were linking up a lot more. We're starting to get used to playing with each other. So yeah.
Okay. Naomi, you've got your own song as well, right? How did you rate? I'm sure you sing it.
No, every night I sing myself to sleep with it.
Here in the mornings.
My little mantras. No, it's amazing. Like, thank you so much to the fans for coming down every week. Like, you have no idea how much your support and everything means to us. Like on the pitch, like I say, we are a small family, but at the same time, like it's a community, isn't it? And it's a proper community feel. Like we want to work hard for the fans as well as each other, and we want to do you guys proud. So tell my own song is.
Okay, we had an attendance of 66. We're all a little bit hungover from yesterday, and I think the can bar didn't do any business.
Was it the same scoreline?
5-2, 5-2.
Yeah,
5-2.
Yes. You got a message for the fans.
Thank you so much.
Well
go
done.
Enjoy tonight as well.
Hair of the dog. You did well. We appreciate it big time.
Yeah.
Okay, we enjoyed the game as well, so thank you.
Thank you.
Right. And who have you got next week?
Next week we've got a
Leighton Orient development.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big game. Local derby.
Yeah.
Right. We're expecting big attendance for this. We want everyone to turn up for this one. And it is the local derby.
Yeah,
it is.
Okay. Remember, Clapton came out of Clapton, as in Downs and Clapton, and Orient were originally Clapton Orient.
Oh.
Okay. Right. Not
Big
the clubs were never together. Right. They were separate. But there is a Clapton connection here.
Rival.
Okay.
Local rivals. Be a good game.
So anyway, we'll see you next week as well.
See you next week.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Bye.